Back, ladies and gentlemen, to this, my Wrestlemania 21 review from 2005. Look on the front of the cover. We've got Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Batista, Trish Stratus, Kurt Angle, John Cena, JBL, and The Undertaker. Now, this is a 3-disc collector's edition DVD. Now, I only think they did a 3-disc version. And this is one of the... Well, I've got actually most of the WrestleManias. Actually, I realised when doing these reviews. Got them. Well, I've just thrown the DVD case over there if you're wondering what I was doing then. Because I've got this. I've got the inlay, and this tells me everything which happened. So this should be a more comprehensive review because I'm not only talking about the matches, I'll talk about more of the other stuff that happened. So let's get straight into it, shall we? Lillian Garcia sings "America the Beautiful." Now, my opinion on "America the Beautiful" as it pertains to WrestleMania is that I appreciate where WWE are coming from. The American company that it's run by Americans, etc., etc. But I don't really get anything from it. For me, it's sort of like a pre-show break where it's like, right, the show's starting now. I need to get everything done. If I need a piss, go for a piss. If I haven't got my snacks ready, go get them ready. I need to get something out the fridge, blah blah blah. Get it all done now because once America the Beautiful is over, I want to watch this show. So that's what I take it as. First match on the card came straight after it. Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero, the first time and I think only time they've ever done this, where two tag team champions have been going against each other, with Rey Mysterio going up against his partner Eddie Guerrero. Storyline going into it was that Guerrero couldn't beat Rey Mysterio and he was trying to beat him. They were both face at the time. This is a very good match. You know what you're getting with these two guys. I say that a lot because some people like to complain about when guys have bad matches, or some people like to rave when some guys have good matches. But with Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio, with these two guys, I'm not going to rave about it because everyone knows what these two are like. These two are fantastic workers. These two were very good friends, and they had very good chemistry together. So them putting on a great match isn't really surprising. So I'm not going to go on and on and on about it. I'll just tell you that it was very good. And I would really recommend that you check that match out. If you're a fan of pro wrestling, you'll definitely like that match, Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, no matter who you are if you're a fan of pro wrestling. Next you had JBL, the Basham Brothers and Orlando Jordan backstage, and they were walking around and JBL's got the world title and they bump into the other world champion, Triple H, with Ric Flair, and then they all started having a shit-eating grin on their face where they were like, yeah, I'm the best champion because of this. Oh, well, no, I'm the best champion because of this. Oh, well, you're not going to be champion long. Oh, no, you're not going to be champion long. And it's childish, and basically it just made them both look stupid, which I think might have been their actual plan. Like a bit of a rib, but whatever. Next match, first ever Money in the Bank ladder match. We had Edge, Christian, Kane, Shelton Benjamin, Chris Benoit, and Chris Jericho all in the ring, and this was a sick match. This was one of the best matches I've ever seen. Best gimmick matches I've ever seen, definitely. Benoit put himself through hell in this match. There was a moment where it's diving headbutt off the top rope, or maybe a ladder, onto Kane. Obviously he misses Kane a little bit so he doesn't land on top of him, but he doesn't protect his fall properly and he lands on his nose, and as soon as he turns around he's screaming and he's shaking and he's quivering and his nose is all bust up and he's bust over the eyebrow from already previously. And then at the end of the match, Benoit's climbing the ladder, and out of nowhere Edge gets a chair and smacks him. Benoit's got his arm outstretched like this and it's not next to his body, and when his arm's stretched out, fucking Edge nails that arm full whack, and because the arm wasn't next to the body wasn't there to cushion a bit of the blow, so the arm just took the full force of this steel chair whack from Edge. A sick hit. Benoit falls off the ladder, Edge climbs up, gets the Money in the Bank briefcase, he gets a world title shot for any time up to the next year. Like I said in the last video, I really, really respect Chris Benoit as a wrestler. The stuff he put himself through in this match is amazing. At the end of the match, he was screaming bloody to hell and biting the ring apron, so just to get that pain away. When they say you're in pain, you should squeeze something, you should bite down on something. Well, that's what he was doing. He was biting down on the thing so he wasn't screaming and wasn't crying, because he took a hell of a beating. Seeing as this is fake pro wrestling, he took a beating. Next up we had Eugene in the ring, and he comes down and he tells the WrestleMania audience, oh, this is my second favourite moment after WrestleMania 3, when King Kong Bundy slammed a midget, then the good midgets and the bad midgets all teamed up on him, and then Daivari and Mohammed Hassan comes down. It's a fun little bit. Then Hulk Hogan comes down, all-American hero, gets rid of the two bad guy Middle Eastern guys, I guess you could call them. That's what they were being booked as, two guys from the Middle East. Basically, Hogan gets rid of them. They have their WrestleMania moment. Daivari, a guy who's sort of been discarded by ROH, has had a WrestleMania moment with Hulk Hogan. In terms of sports entertainment, it gets no bigger than that, and he's had that moment. You know, he's had a good career. You wouldn't really think that if you, like, on reflection, but like, yeah, he has had quite a good career, hasn't he? Right, next, legend versus legend killer. Randy Orton goes to defeat The Undertaker and end the streak. Obviously, he doesn't. Undertaker beats him. This is a semi-good match. Nothing was bad about this match, really. Nothing to really sing the praises for. It was just your standard Undertaker match. You know, good stuff. It was good stuff. They didn't involve Cowboy Bob Orton into it, and yeah, Undertaker gets the win by tombstone. Next match, WWE Women's Championship match. Trish Stratus defends the title against Christy Hemme. Christy Hemme at the time was involved in Playboy. She looked amazing back then. She looks great now, but she looked even better back then. And they had this match. Christy couldn't really work, and she'd probably be the first person to tell you that. So Trish ends up getting a win, hits her with a chick kick, gives her the cover, 1, 2, 3, has a bit of camel toe when she's covering a bit. All the pervers loved a bit of that back in the day, didn't they? Yeah, Trish gets the win. By the way, this is one of the WrestleManias I didn't really watch at the time because I wasn't really watching it this time. I don't think WrestleMania 21. No, I don't think I was. Right, next up, interpromotional match: Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle in an amazing match. This was absolutely brilliant. This is a 5-star classic. This is the meaning of 5 stars. This was absolutely brilliant. This is Kurt Angle and this is Shawn Michaels at their best, and also on the grandest stage of them all. It doesn't really get much bigger than this. Two of the best workers of all time going against each other on the biggest show of the year. You know, awesome stuff. Kurt Angle gets the win by ankle lock, I believe. Yeah, I'd really recommend that you check it out. Next we saw, this is basically WrestleMania 21, WrestleMania Goes Hollywood. So we had a lot of movie trailer parodies, and we had a Basic Instinct one where we had Christian, Jericho and Benoit with Stacy Keibler. Stacy Keibler did the spot where she crosses over her legs and you see her kecks and all that, you know, nothing really. It shouldn't really be on a WrestleMania card. It's a good promo to put before the show, but why have it in the middle of the card? Didn't really make sense. Next we had Piper's Pit with Stone Cold Steve Austin. This was very good stuff. Both guys had a bit of back and forth. Carlito came out then and got his ass kicked by them both. Then we had WrestleMania movie trailers again. Taxi Driver parody again. Why we got this in the middle of WrestleMania? Well, actually, I know why we've got it, because they were taking the ring ropes down for the next match, Big Show versus Akebono. So yeah, actually now in hindsight I can accept why it was there, but still, I prefer it to not be there. Let's have a backstage interview segment with someone hyping up their match later on in the show, rather than just some shitty promos. Anyway, sumo match, Akebono versus Big Show. If you've seen this, you know it's terrible. It was definitely worked, and they had Akebono go over, which I don't really understand. I don't understand the WWE's way of thinking of, do you know what, let's bring someone out from outside, from not in wrestling, and let's have them go over our guys on our own show. Yeah, that'll make us look great, won't it, if someone can just come from outside. Akebono, Maria Menounos, I don't even know who that woman is. I've seen her on this thing they did on Raw last night, but I have no idea what she does. Floyd Mayweather, why do these people come in and beat WWE superstars? It makes no sense. Next up, WWE Championship, JBL versus John Cena. John Cena beats JBL, becomes the WWF champion for the very first time in his career, and it begins something that has not stopped to this day, and it's Cena's momentous rise straight to the top of the industry. Like Rock said, Rock massively put him over this week, didn't he, by calling him one of the best of all time. Rock's beaten Austin, Rock's beaten Hogan, he just needs to beat Cena and Rock will be the best. But then, I think Rock will lose to Cena, maybe Rock will beat Cena, I don't think he will, but he's really put Cena over, is what I'm saying. Then we had the Hall of Fame guys come on. I gotta admit, I just let this play and I went for a piss. Came back, watched the main event. Oh, then they announced WrestleMania 22 would be in Chicago. And then the World Heavyweight Championship match, Triple H versus Dave Batista. This is okay. Triple H puts Batista over in the main event, so as much as people like to talk about, and as much as I like to talk about Triple H's reign of terror, this is 2 WrestleManias in a row he's put over a new guy who's never had the world title before. That's a good thing, but again, it goes back to the other thing of 2 years in a row he's gone into Mania with that title. They give the new guy the title, then they revert back to shape and go, do you know what, Triple H, here you go, have your title back, have another bit of a run. This video is only 10 minutes long, and I'm very glad at that, because these videos have been dragging on a little bit, and you know, the views are all sticking around 200, which is good, which I'm really happy about. But I'm thinking that, like, I'd like to do the shorter videos so I can review them quicker, people can watch them quicker, then move on to my other videos if you'd like to see those. If you've not seen my other WrestleMania review videos, please go out and go back and check them out. One or two, go have a look at one or two. If you like this one, you should like them. What did you think of this review? What do you think of WrestleMania 21? What did you think of the new rise of talent, Batista and John Cena? I personally like John Cena. I'm personally not a bigger fan of Batista. With that, I'm out. Thank you very, very, very much for watching. Hit the subscribe, comment down below, like or dislike, and I'll be back very soon with WrestleMania 22 review. See you soon.